Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TonySpeaks.com. I'm Tony T. It's now time for our NHL playoff pick. Ramon Scott, you'll find his print plays over at TonySpeaks.com, where he's been on a tear right now in the last 7 days. 943 units of profit, all documents showing green in all the major sports. Ramon, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony, we're eating good here right now this week. Here at the Satellite Studios with some big wins this week. We rolled another big day on Friday, and we're getting ready for a big weekend. That's just the way it is right now. I'm hitting all the leaderboards here at Tony'sPicks.com when I'm on a roll. You're going to want to be with me. So let's grab a free winner here in the NHL, and we'll roll with premiums this weekend over at Tony'sPicks.com.
All right, let's get it underway here. Prime time on ABC tonight. Rangers and Panthers in NHL playoff action here. Panthers $1.70. The total sits at 5.5.
Yeah, yep, could be it. Let's see what happens right now. 3-2 Florida, and we're in Miami. So, the way Florida's going, they're a $1.65 favorite. You see here, they're expected to close it out, but they did need two tries to close out Tampa and Boston. So we'll see if the Rangers can extend this series. Tony, the Rangers really got to thank their lucky stars, I would guess, maybe to still even be in this series. Now, granted, they've been clutch. They just haven't been the equal of the Florida Panthers in this series. Tony, Florida has relied upon their stellar play to outplay the Rangers and to get their 3 wins. The Rangers have relied on luck, quite frankly. Now, granted, they have to be a good team, be in position to get those, to get those key goals here. But the Rangers' goals have come in, uh, unexpected times. Shorthanded goals here. Their power play's gone out the window a little bit, something that was so strong. Their special teams, but they've really run into kind of a juggernaut here in Florida. Maybe the team now, expected to win the Stanley Cup. So Florida, they've been dominating in puck possession here. Low shooting percentage in the series, but you got to give credit to Igor, who, that's another factor that's kind of kept this series a little bit close, is that Igor has been the better of the two between him and Bobrovsky, but Bobrovsky's certainly done enough here, to keep them in it. Florida's gone under in 7 of their last 8 playoff games. When we came into this series, Tony, and the first night, you asked me to come in, preview, I said, hey, look, New York and Florida have been going under basically for 4 straight seasons, and or over for 4 straight seasons in some wild scoring games. Why couldn't it continue even in the playoffs? Well, that's been out the window. We're in the playoffs, in the conference semifinals. If this were 2 teams, maybe of lesser records meeting early on, maybe it would have been kind of like those regular season, or put them in the regular season. But right now, just feels like you're in total playoff mode. Cannot make the mistakes. Remember, it was only 2-1 last game when they pulled the goalie, and then the were able to make it 3-1, and then the extra goal made it 3-2. It was actually 2-1 most of the game, or at the end of the game anyway, but a low-scoring game in Game 5. So the Panthers have allowed really 8 less shots per game than the Rangers have been taking less shots, certainly, but they really been outperformed statistically by Florida. They were outshot again 37-27 in the last game by the Panthers. Right now, 11 goals for the Rangers. Only been in this series, only been scored by 3 players: Lafreniere, Goodlow, Trocheck. Nothing from Kreider, nothing from Zibanejad. Yeah, they did, tally points with an assist, but still, these are the guys that you've needed for the Rangers, and they just haven't gotten the key goals. So they're in a must-win here situation to extend the series. They could take it back home for a Game 7, but they've got to win on the road here. I've got to get a big performance from Igor. Easier said than done. Maybe easier done than said with Igor, but still, he's going to have to come up clutch. He does have a .934 save percentage, Tony, in this series, and his expected goals against are very, very low. Very strong numbers from Igor. So I'm going to take the under at 5.5 here. Expect this one to be a thriller, I would think. Whether or not the Florida $1.65, Tony, really still doesn't make too much sense in the playoffs. Maybe that value lies with the Rangers, but parlay a 3-2 lead and the fact that they're favored now to win the cup and you put them at home, maybe that's why they're such a strong favorite here. But I'll take the under with the Rangers and Florida, game 6 on Saturday.
All right, Ramon Scott here. Click the link below for his best bets. Rangers and Panthers to go under total of 5.5. All right, we got your playoff pick for you here for the Saturday night game. So let's take a look over at TonySpix.com for that card. As you can see, Ramon having a great past 7 days, 943 units of profit, all documented over at TonySpix.com. Of course, showing green in all the major sports. We've got 15-game card for Major League Baseball on Saturday, single here, WNBA, NHL as well. Peripheral sports, keep an eye MLS, soccer, as well as UFC. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Everything you just said, Tony, as far as the action on Saturday, including the big baseball card, but we've got lots of big games, including the NHL Game 6 we just talked about, WNBA, Battle of the Big-Time Rookies, Champions League Soccer on Saturday. Tony, the biggest game in all of club soccer will take place at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific. Champions League final between Real Madrid and Bayern Leverkusen. I'll be involved in that one. It's the biggest club soccer game in the world this season, so we'll have a premium pick there as well. Ride with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. Grab that 3-day all sports pass. See what it's all about. Just $99 there. You get that promo code TonyT at checkout. Take it down to $79, $80, and you'll get plenty of picks from me over the next 3 days, including on Saturday. Should be a big day. We talked about the baseball, talk about those big games, but there's also a UFC card, Tony, from New Jersey. So we're going to have good action here all day long. That'll put us in double-digit premiums, quite likely, with a UFC 302, a Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer as well. So I'll be firing away on Saturday. You want to hit them while they're hot, and I've got a big winning streak here going. A good streak, let's say, here this week. Had one down day, but I think if you look, I'm on the monthly leaderboards now here at Tony'sPicks.com as far as profitability is concerned, and we've smashed the last 7 days as well. So please consider grabbing an all sports pass with me and experience all of my selections. They all come with a nice little write-up as well as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, so you'll feel confident here in making the plays. Hit me up over at Tony'sPicks.com using that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off the premium pick packages. Not only do I have those time passes there, Tony, the 3-day, 7-day, and 30-day, but on Saturday we'll also make sure that there's a day package for everyone that might want to get multiple games in there with baseball, with my MMA, with the other sports. We'll have a package available there where you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Probably get you in for under $25 with 7 plays after you punch in that promo code TonyT at checkout. So if you're picking well, that's great. But if you want the hard work of a professional that pretty much just sits here 24/7, squeeze in a little nap, Tony, and just keep it rolling every day over at Tony'sPicks.com. And I'm your man. I'm here every day with Tony. We're here every day making picks. That's all I do. And I'm going to pick some winners here on Saturday and keep the winning rolling. Check out those handicapper leaderboards and then join me over at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. You see the great results here from Ramon. 943 units of profit. All sports combined in the last 7 days. It's showing green in all the major sports, guys. So get on board. Click the link in the description and you'll find Ramon's handicapper page. Get on board with his long-term pass. You guys like that 3-day pass with the weekend coverage. Again, the 1-day passes will be up there. Best bets, multi-packs, those are profit guaranteed. They must generate profit. Or the amount you purchase is correct to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. Not on long-term pass because they're sold at quite a discount. But whatever you choose, remember the promo code TonyT at checkout again, saving that 20% off. Click the link in the description. Go ahead and get signed up. Right, Ramon also did a WNBA video segment with us. Check that out here on the channel. Make sure you subscribe, set notifications to help you find it. And of course, you can tune in 9 a.m. Eastern Time every day here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel for the morning steam. Get a pick from Ramon from every game on the major boards. Also peripheral picks as well. It's chat driven, so folks in the chat, join him. Get those picks into Ramon. Here, we'll read them off for you here on the show. For Ramon, I'm Tony T. We'll talk tomorrow.